All right, everybody. This is got to go. Like, I just watched something with these women on Stanford and taking a stand and saying they don't see a problem with a transgender man, or anyway, a man competing as a woman in an athletic situation, right? All right. So let me break it down to you a little bit past that, because sometimes they teach you to be an intellectual, to think outside of the boundaries and create new ideas. So I will say, if you imagine the math that was done before the 200 or the 2008 debacle with the houses was done with math that was done outside of the boundaries. You get it? But let's just take it outside of that. Let's just say that we take it past sports, because some of you don't compete, and that's understandable. 99% of us probably don't compete. We're not competing as athletes. So let's just say this, right? Let's just say you go fill out the loan. In that loan application, it asks you, woman, man, African American, Spanish. You fill that out on a job interview also, right? Now, the reality is they say that they don't look at it, but it is kept as record. Now, at the same time, they might be giving loans to particular people, right? And so at that point, if it's a woman, if that's the goal, is to reach more women and put more women into business, which is what they've been pushing lately, right? Getting the loans, empowering women. That means, guess what happens? That man claiming to be a woman can then get the benefits of that. Let's look at how the civil rights movement was set up to help black people, right? But then in return, it's been used for everything that they want to pass to help any group, claiming it's a minority. That also, white women prospered very much on the backs of the civil rights movement. If you remember, if you can read back to when Indians were given their reparations, a lot of white people claimed to be Indian and received those benefits. And to this day, still claim it. And their kids after that, right? But let's just say, let's look at it at this present time. Let's look at it on a poverty level, right? Because the majority of America is poor, right? You've got your middle class, you've got your rich, wealthy, your middle class, which used to think that they were well off, but they're middle class, and then you've got your poor, right? So let's break it down like this. Women prosper or receive benefits from the government, and men do not. So if you're a woman with kids, you receive benefits. So now let's just say you're a white man who claims to be a woman and adopts 2 kids or gets 2 kids or whatever the case may be, a kid or 2. They can file as a woman for those benefits where men cannot. You don't see the whole picture, because it's not just about competing as an athlete. It is about receiving the benefits that women receive while still being a man. But then again, you might say, well, I'm at Stanford. I'm not going to be poor. I'm going to be rich. Okay. You ever notice how it's always been said, we say it as black people, I don't know about white people, but black people, we say that sometimes if they hire a black woman, they get the ability of getting a woman and someone black all in one. Sometimes they might just need to hire a woman. There you go. Now, you might say, well, hey, the person was the better person for the job. They might be equally compatible, but they might still have a quota that they need to cover, right? And you might say, well, I want to get hired on a quota. Well, the reality is the world is based on quotas, my friend. That's what the world is based on. It's not always based on the best person for the job. Sometimes it's who you know and so forth, right? But all I'm saying is if in any way possible someone can benefit as being a woman, and now you just understand that situation, who they are, what they will benefit as, and now replace it with the idea of them, a man, being a woman. But hey, some people say that I'm the crazy one. I'm just saying this is not a conspiracy idea. This is just facts. Look, these are facts. These are facts. And if you look at the idea of what women benefit from, and you might say, oh, they have to do all the work, they have to take care of the kids and so on and so forth, and they birth the kids. But let's just say they didn't birth a kid at all, but they are now taking care of kids. If they were a husband taking care of kids, they wouldn't receive the benefits, but a woman would. And now they're claiming womanhood. I don't know how black women think about this. I don't know if you guys are on a side or not, but I would like for you to start looking at it. And I guess it's because we don't have this imposing factor in our community, right? Like, if someone wants to be trans in our community, they're not trying to force anything on us. They're just trying to be there. But I would say white trans are trying to impose and say, I need for you to call me this. I want for you to call me this. And I want the benefits of this. But I'm just saying, as black people, we might want to think this out. And you might want to think about who you're voting for. Because who you're voting for is now stating that their administration has decided that it is now going to be illegal, if they can pass what they're trying to pass now, that it will be illegal to say that, hey, you're trans and you can't actually participate in this situation. Now, I would think that that's crazy and asinine, because for me, some men, let's just say this, we can eliminate all women's sports, because you normally would say, like, it's only going to be one man competing. All right. But if they look at that swimmer that was number one, I think that swimmer was like basically number 400 or 200 in the men's league of swimming. So one man came over and became number one from either a number 200 position or number 400 position. So either way, let's just say it's a 200 position. That means there are 200 and some odd people underneath that person, right? At higher speeds. Let's just say 20 of them, 30 of them, 40, 50, 60, let's just say all 200 of them decide to be women. Well, let's not say that, because top 10 of them will probably decide, hey, I'm a man, I'm top 10. But let's just say the rest of them, 30 and up, decide to be women. That eliminates every single woman swimmer. Because the top woman swimmer only was able to come in second to that man that was in a 200-something position. I'm just saying, you might really want to think about this shit. Look, if you want to wear a dress, I'm cool with that. But I'm not going to call you what you might want me to call you. I'm just going to say, hey, how you doing? That's it. That's the way my conversation is going to go with you. And I'm cool with that. I shouldn't have to be forced to go on any other thing. And if you want to blend in the crowd and everything, I'm cool with that. But don't start pushing things and agendas for no apparent reason and then screaming because no one, or because some people are saying, hell no, that you have a problem, because there was no problem when you were just blending in. Nobody had any issues. So anyway, I don't know. I really can't tell you. All I'm saying is that you might want to look at the administration that's pushing this agenda, how this is blown up underneath their administration. And I don't know what the hell they're thinking. I don't know what's going on with, we're in every single war. I thought the last administration was supposed to be the crazy ones. Seems like we can't get nothing going with this administration. And it seems to be a lot of rights given to men that want to be women, but no rights really worked on for blacks. What is up with that? And you might say, oh, there's a lot going on for blacks. I'm like, are we going to be serious about this? We've been speaking about things changing in our communities for the last 50, 60 years. I mean, let's not even go that far back. Like, okay, let's just start with the 80s. Because I'm a person of the 80s. So let's just start from the 80s up, right? Because prior to that, I think in the 70s and the 60s, we were pretty decent. And, there were still issues, still problems, but there were ways out of things, and there were ways to grow and do things and so on and so forth, right? They had its issues. But our communities have been devastated since the 80s. We live in the same shit every day. No changes. I don't know if it's the amount, if it's jobs, if it's the payment of jobs, people not getting paid the value, if all the jobs are going overseas. And I mean, then, okay, if you bring it back, it'll be skyrocketing in the price of the item. That's fine. But maybe that's the way it should be. And we should be in a United States of America, working within the United States of America. And if that toy costs $20 opposed to being $1, okay, then it's $20. But you raise the salary of everybody, and you stop looking at the investment value on shareholders getting money back and making them money per se, as in getting everybody paid right now. And everybody can put something away and build for themselves right now, opposed to the shareholders making the money and storing it away for tomorrow. And that's my view. But anyway, what the hell do I know? But I do know, what I do know is a man is a man and a woman is a woman, and there's no blurred lines for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at it, that's blurred. Men and women are not blurred. All right, peace.